Okay, now we've run out of paint and we heard the sprayer running there. So we've refilled the paint container. Our pickup tube is in here and our prime tube is in here. But we have to re-prime. So once it grabs some air, we got to re-prime. So the prime tube is in the bucket and we're simply just going to turn it over to prime. I'm going to turn my pump back on. So what it's doing is recirculating and getting rid of that air in the pump. Here's your prime valve. And we just put that back to spray. Okay? Now if there was still some air in the line, the pump would keep trying to activate and you would know that you still got some air, so you just prime it again and we're ready to go. So my friend Justin here is painting his cabin. He's rented this sprayer. This is his first time spraying. He did take a little quick course and we're going to watch him spray and I'm going to kind of comment on his technique. And again, he's never sprayed in his life. He took the 10-minute lesson from Andriots, renting the sprayer. This is what you can do. And we're putting on a primer. It's called Insl-x Aqua. So what he's trying to do is be consistent in his speed and distance from the surface. And you'll see that he's starting his spray on the paper and moving, so we don't really have that heavy start and stop at the beginning. We're not trying to stop exactly at the trim. We run past a little bit. And you can see how at the top of his pass, we'll watch this pass, and you see he stops and goes right into that corner. And again, he's half overlapping each pattern, spraying straight into the middle of the, you see where he's overlapping each pass. He's taking a very consistent speed and distance from the surface. So if he slows down, he could put too much paint on. And if he speeds up too much, he won't put enough. So this primer is an adhesive bonding primer. This is a typical project a lot of people see. This is wood paneling. Now you have all kinds of different finishes on the paneling. It could be varnish, it could be polyurethane, but a lot of times that's a hard surface that's going to be hard and difficult to adhere to. So Justin sanded these walls and we wiped them down to get rid of the dust. So you want a clean surface, and occasionally with paneling you may even see some Pledge, Murphy's oil soap and those type of products, and those will inhibit paint from sticking. So it's real important that we clean before we sand. If we just started sanding and there's silicone or polish on that paneling, there's a very good chance that your paint is not going to stick. And boy, if it gets to where you bump into the wall and you scratch that off, that's a disaster. So I cannot emphasize enough how important the primer that you select for painting paneling is. And I'm going to tell you, they don't have it at Sherwin-Williams, they don't have it at Lowe's, they don't have it at Home Depot.